Harvard is gonna continue to stand up against any pressure from the Trump administration.
We're still willing to negotiate and work with you.
It is definitely gonna be felt all over campus, and we'll have to see, exactly what is gonna be cut, and if professors are gonna have to be fired.
I certainly applaud. It was great for Harvard to reject the asks. And, I applaud them for it. A lot of my friends applaud them for it. But it wasn't surprising, and there was a little bit of disappointment in seeing the response that the university gave to the administration of like, we're still willing to negotiate and work with you, which is difficult and just indicates how much organizing and relying on your support groups matters in these times. I think I certainly applaud their decision to say no. I'm worried that it's not the end of the story yet, right? Like, if we had the full-throated support of Harvard's administration in our intellectual curiosities and our ability to have freedom of expression and freedom of assembly, due process even, I think it would be a slightly different story. But I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical that this idea of preserving our intellectual vitality will last. And it's a university. That's like the only reason why it exists. So hopefully I'm wrong, but I do feel a little bit nervous about researchers' ability to teach, create more research, help better the world. Yeah, that's what institutions like this should be here for. Not making money. Yeah. I would love to see the university really stand up and continue to reject these like insane requests from the administration. For instance, one of the groups that they requested be retaliated against effectively is the National Lawyers Guild, which truly is just a group of folks who are there to make sure that people's First Amendment and Fifth Amendment rights are respected when they are participating in rallies or participating in freedom of speech and dissent and things like that. There are also several centers for human rights that the administration has put under like dangerous designation to the university. The Center for Middle Eastern Studies has had its whole programming uprooted. There are a lot of things that I think would be really important for the university to keep as very important aspects of the intellectual community that Harvard is professing to be. I mean, from what I've heard so far, I think there is an immense worry that the university will end up capitulating to Trump's demands, particularly because in their response to the updated demands of the Trump administration, there was a hint of a willingness to accept smaller there was a willingness to maybe negotiate around more reasonable demands, but none of these demands are reasonable because they put everyone in the community at risk and really wondering about their livelihoods and their ability to do their work properly. And it really just has kind of shown a frustration that everyone in the university has, both with the administration and not knowing if the Harvard Corporation will protect what they do and who they are. There's a lot of research at risk, whether it be about gender studies and gender-affirming care, as well as reproductive care. There are certainly Middle Eastern studies and all kinds of research, especially within sciences and medicine, but also especially within like regional studies are very under fire right now. I'm really worried about how obvious it has become that our rights in America have come under attack. Like I just keep thinking about how the demands that have been made of all of these universities in the Northeast and across the country really are specifically targeting the right to speech, assembly, press, and due process. And I think it worries me that people aren't, not that people aren't paying attention, but that we're so overwhelmed and inundated with all of these things that keep happening that that very important aspect of these attacks might be getting overlooked. Yeah.
The president of Harvard's decision to, not obey by the Trump's administration attacks on university is pretty courageous, and I fully support it. I think it's important as a community here to, gather and face this all together. And I think this is an attack on academic freedom, and I think it's a threat to democracy.
I think it was really admirable. I mean, we've seen the way that other schools have been responding to it and how they've kind of been giving in to what the administration has been demanding. And I think that the fact that Harvard is willing to take a stand against that when so many schools aren't is really admirable. And as somebody who isn't in Harvard right now, I do feel like it does definitely make me more attracted to this college, because I do feel like this is a place that would actually value me and my identity more than other colleges that might not actually care about DEI as much as Harvard does.
I definitely hope that Harvard is going to use some of its endowment to support continued financial aid for students, some of the critical research in cancer research, medical research, and innovation that is happening at this place. But it is definitely gonna be felt all over campus, and we'll have to see, exactly what is gonna be cut, and if professors are gonna have to be fired, or they're gonna be able to admit less students. We simply don't know at this point, but I feel a lot of confidence in Harvard to make good decisions on this. All students here are incredibly proud right now that Harvard is standing up for academic integrity, that it's standing up for free speech, and we just hope that Harvard is gonna continue to stand up against any pressure from the Trump administration.